everybody, back here again for our vlog a day, and today is Monday the 21st, and today was a lovely, beautiful day to be alive. A lot of stress going on with the whole worrying about Karen's son and what's going to happen with him. We can tell he was still living with his father, and his father passed away with COVID, so we got all that going on. Her cousin passed away with COVID also. Just all the extra stress that comes on with that, and trying to overcome and figure out things and what you can do, and making decisions for him and stuff. And when he makes a decision right away, and he's in the grieving process and makes a dumb decision that could really cost him in the long run, all kinds of things like that can happen. So just trying to deal with that, not sleeping real great at night and all that kind of stuff. It was not a good night last night sleeping, so it is what it is. So I got this morning, she got off to work, I got a couple of things taken care of. Hung around the house a little bit, went out and tried to work on my pump again. I went and bought a pump for the yard to pump the pond in my backyard out in the front. It worked for a few hours. The first day when I got it Saturday, it worked fine-ish, and then it started acting up. So I basically, or not Saturday, sorry, Sunday I went out and got it. I went, basically, it was working and stuff. Overnight it would work a little bit, then it stopped, and I had to let it cool off, and so on and so forth. And I said, hell with it, called the company today. I was on the phone with them for like almost an hour to have them basically, there's numbers all over it saying, call us, do not take it back to store, call us. So I called them, and basically after all the waiting, I told her, I said, just had this thing, I got it yesterday, yada yada. She goes, oh, if it's just take it back to store, we can't help with that. And I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, you guys have like a dozen things in here saying I'm supposed to call you and stuff and not take it back to the store. And she goes, yeah, but that's still new enough, just take it back to the store. And I'm like, son of a bitch. So I was like, that was a waste of my life. So I rinsed off the water and stuff, got it dried off best I can and whatnot, stuck it in the box, headed back to the store. Luckily, I did drive the motorcycle over. It was windy as all get out. Man, it was so stupid windy. Got there, turned out to be fine. They did still have one in stock. There were 6 there yesterday. There was 1 today. So returned mine, and the one I had did not match the one in the box. And I was a little bit worried, like it had been taped back shut, like somebody had returned it or opened it at least. And I was like, what the hell? So I got the new one, swapped it out, no big deal. The new one is the bigger model, the one I actually bought, which is horseshit. So somebody had bought the smaller, crappier one, and apparently had been using it for a while and wore it out or broke it or whatever, and then went and got the new one, and the person that returned it did not check to see that it was the wrong one. So I got the new one back home, pumps way more water. Man, that thing is so much faster. It's got better thermal protection on it. It's got an automatic shut-off. It's got a bunch of really cool things that the one I had thought I was originally buying of it did not have. So also it is what it is. So returned the one I had, got this one back, which was like $40 more than the one that, it's the same price I'd bought, but $40 more than the one that actually was given because somebody else had taken that one back and returned it and screwed it up. So went ahead, tell hell with it though. Got back, hooked it up to the hoses and stuff, got it plugged in, and man, oh man, did that thing start pumping water. That thing was just flowing like crazy. And the yard was already lower just from a little bit of, evaporation and a little bit of, soaked in the ground, although the ground was saturated as all get out. And the ditches are still full and whatnot. But I pumped that stuff out, and that stuff pumped, and it was, I don't know, Karen got home from work, and I asked her if it was still pumping. She said yes, and I talked a little bit, went and checked, and it was done. It was like, it spit a little bit, then it stopped. And I said, was it pumping hard? And she goes, oh yeah. So it must have been like just perfect timing of the perfect storm when she got home, so it was still just flowing water down the driveway. And then I went back, unplugged it, and put it away, and it's super excited the fact that I have this thing now, that next time my yard flows out and, gets all flooded again stuff, I can pump that stuff out of there until I can get enough dirt to backfill that yard enough to keep it from flooding, hopefully. And it'll just run out of the neighbor's yard or run out towards the front. I don't care which, as long as it stays out of my yard. So, but my yard looks like I have hogs now in the back because the dog's back there playing tag, chasing it around in the water and stuff. And then around the one tree area section I put in the middle, I planted a bunch of trees and plants and flowers in the middle. And man, it looks like I had hogs. It is just all tore to hell. It's a mess. So it is what it is. But yeah, went ahead, had another dog got dropped off today, a little tiny Maltese, I think it is, and just tiny little thing. Normally it wouldn't seem that small, but when you have 3 Great Danes in the house and this little girl, she seems way smaller, and she's a little bit skittish of things, a little bit scared of stuff, but she's doing good, bombing around everywhere and stuff. She's hiding at the table and whatnot a little bit, and she's eating some of Bruce's food, which is hilarious. Like this tiny little dog trying to this giant. The kibbles are like this big, they're massive, they're like good size, they're like big grapes, and he's already trying to eat this stuff. So that little old thing is just hilarious. But we had a good time. Basically got everything I could done. Got the pump. I was excited about the pump. I was so excited the pump was working good. Karen got home from work. We had leftovers for dinner. We actually sat around and talked for quite a while, just kind of talking about. After all, she's got to have what was going to do with their son and different things, stuff, and what's going to happen with him, and he's going to try to get him into maybe some college classes or whatever. Maybe try to get him into a trade school. Maybe try to get him into an internship. We don't know what we're going to do, and we don't know what he's going to want to do because he hasn't wanted to do much up until now. So hopefully he changes the ways. He's talking like he wants to get a driver's license and a couple other things he wants to do. So hopefully he gets that stuff figured out and we can move him in a positive forward direction. So, but we finally got around, got done just talking about that for quite a while. Ended up having myself some leftovers from the basically Thanksgiving dinner she made yesterday. So we got on with that, headed outside. Basically actually watched a little bit more Netflix there. Finally headed outside. It was time to be done in the house and then give her time to make a bunch of her phone calls and talk to family and whatever she needed to do, and just give her a little bit of space so she can have time alone because she's been at work all day, and I hate to kind of feel like I'm smothering her on it because of the fact that I'm most of the time home all day. Now with COVID, I'm alone 99% of my life, in this cool thing. So when she comes home, I don't want to overwhelm her with too much. So I basically head outside to give her space because she's at work dealing with people all day and she needs to be able to basically just, vent out and, clear herself out and basically, have her own time to not have to deal with me, or other people. So went ahead, head out there. Riza's going to head out. My cousin texted me, hadn't talked to him for a while and stuff, and basically asked me anything new and exciting going on, blah, blah, whatever. And I basically back said, how much time you got? Because there's a bunch of shit going on here. So he goes, I got some. So he was driving, and instead of trying to text it all, I just grabbed my cigar, grabbed my iPad and stuff, headed outside. Sat out there, talked to him for a while, kind of filled him in on the big points, filled him in some of the bad about the fact that COVID basically shut down my business, my vending and my dogs and my woodworking, that kind of stuff. But we still able to pay the house off. All that kind of the goodness and stuff. We talked about that. We talked about some other good things going on, and then told him about the fact of Karen's cousin and her ex-husband both passed away of COVID, and the 23-year-old son. We got to try and figure out how we're going to help guide him into becoming a man and moving forward in life and trying to do good things and stuff. And my cousin knows deeply how this is because a woman he was dating, pretty serious about the stuff, had a child that was living with her at 20 some years old also. So it was definitely one of those things that a little more insight from somebody who's been there and done that kind of thing. It was kind of a helpful little conversation. But yeah, from there headed back inside. We ended up late talking again. It was like 1 a.m. or some crap. We were still up talking and whatnot, and it just, I don't know, it is what it is. So that's all I got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.